Live from the Emlyn Theater for the Performing Arts in the village of Mamaroneck, it's Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television's 7th Annual Awards Presentation Program and our first ever Community Television Festival. We'll be presenting awards for the Outstanding Volunteer of the Year, the Mary Ann Sullivan Award, and introducing the People's Choice Award for Best of Festival. Now please welcome the president of Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television, Lynn Crowley.
Good evening and welcome to the show tonight. Last year when I first became president of LMC-TV, I dreamed of this evening of the annual awards show. And I have to tell you that I kind of pictured myself sweeping out here on stage doing sort of a Loretta Young kind of number. Now, I think most of you probably remember the Loretta Young show, don't you? And if you don't, I think you can probably catch it in reruns on Nostalgia TV on Channel 39 or maybe even on Nick at Night on Channel 50. I mean, that is when you have those odd moments when you're not watching Channels 14, 15, and 16. But unfortunately for my fantasy, the fabulous ball gown and the big double doors were not in the LMC-TV budget this year. And so we're back to basic black, and as Elvis Presley sang, now the stage is bare and I'm standing there with emptiness all around. But I'm not lonesome tonight because I know I'm surrounded by friends, and I'm thanking God for that tonight. We're here again this evening at the 7th Annual Awards Show to recognize the achievements of the year. And I think that, you're probably all familiar with that expression, it just doesn't get better than this. Well, let me tell you, during this past year, there have been many times when I have said to myself, it doesn't get better than this. Because, now you've been hearing us for a few years moaning about budget cutbacks, equipment falling apart, being held together with string and a piece of gum. But this stuff is real, and sometimes you do have to talk about it. Nevertheless, here tonight, on this stage, LMC-TV is going to defy the laws of gravity, perhaps even the laws of nature themselves. And we are going to take that cup that looks half empty, we're going to turn it upside down, and we're going to turn it into a cup that truly runneth over. First of all, I think we have to celebrate our greatest achievement, and that is the fact that we've made it through another year, largely with your help. Thank you very much. This is a time when the communication media technologies are expanding and converging, and federal laws are changing. It seems to me sometimes that the ideal on which LMC-TV was first founded, that is the public's access to the powerful medium of television, has perhaps been lost in the proliferation of the mind-numbing brain candy on more and more channels brought to you by mega media companies. Now, if that all sounds a little bit too First Amendment ACLU-ish for you, I can certainly wrap us up in the flag another way and talk to you about how this organization is one of the best organizations to bring the community together. We're really in the business of sharing among the community. And we don't want you to just tune in. We want you to become involved, whether it's making TV shows yourselves or being informed and inspired by what you see on our channels. Anyway, we have a great show tonight. We've got friends, we've got family, we have singers, we have dancers and musicians. We've got volunteers in French and English. And we have the first ever People's Choice Award, which should be a lot of fun and very exciting. So I want to thank you all very much for coming tonight. Hope you enjoy the show. Introduce the Steffi Nossen Dance Company.
One gal watched the boiler, the other watched the spout, and Mama corked the bottles when old Dooley fetched them out. Dooley slipping up the holler, Dooley trying to make a dollar. Dooley, give me a swaller and I'll pay you back someday. The revenuers came for him, slipping through the woods. Dooley kept behind them all and never lost his goods. Dooley was a trader when into town he come. Sugar by the bushel and molasses by the ton. Dooley slipping up the holler, Dooley to make a dollar. Dooley, give me a swaller and I'll pay you back someday. I remember very well the day old Dooley died. The women folk looked sorry and the men stood around in pride. Now Dooley's on the mountain, he lies there all alone. They put a jug beside him and a barrel for a stone. Dooley slipping up the holler, Dooley trying to make a dollar. Dooley, give me a swaller and I'll pay you back someday. And I'll pay you back someday. sweet babies on. Play around the shack till that train comes back and roll them the sweet babies on. Rollin' the sweet babies on, rollin' the sweet babies on. Play round the shack till them train comes back and rollin' the sweet babies on. I know your parents don't like me, throw me away from your door. And I like to live over, I never go there anymore. Rollin' the sweet babies on, rollin' the sweet babies on. Play round the shack till my train comes back and rollin' the sweet babies on. Rollin' the sweet babies on, rollin' the sweet babies on. Play round the shack till my train comes back and rollin' the sweet babies on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our municipal leaders, Larchmont Village Mayor Cheryl Louie, Mamaroneck Town Supervisor Elaine Price, and standing in for Mamaroneck Village Mayor Joe Lanza, Deputy Mayor Walter Rogers.
Thank you, Roger. It's wonderful to be here again for, I don't know, the third, fourth year in a row. And I don't know how you keep on doing it in the face of what you've been through, but bless you for doing it and for doing it so well. We know what you're going through, and you don't have to make the case for what is happening. We, your elected officials, will do it for you. What you have had to withstand, and unfounded criticism as your equipment is decaying in front of you. We know all about it, and what you have had to face with courage and enthusiasm and constructive work is a testimony to all of you who work here. We thank you, and we thank you for putting up with it all. And we're going to get that message out to as many people as we can. And thank you for this evening. It's wonderful to be here.
I'd like to add my congratulations. I guess this is my fourth award ceremony as Mayor of the Village of Larchmont. And I echo Elaine, and I'm sure Walter will join us too, in recognizing the wonderful achievements of LMC, struggling with the lack of a contract with TCI, which provides the funding for those of you that are watching that think we might be talking in a bit of shorthand. First Lynn Crowley, current president of LMC, mentioned it. But I come with a different note of hope. I have literally just gotten off the plane from a visit to China, where I went to Shanghai and Xi'an and Beijing and arrived about an hour ago. And it was remarkable to me that on the streets of Shanghai, where you have primitive housing, original housing, literally right next door to a brand new high-rise, and the amount of English spoken on the street was astounding to me. But in those homes, where the water was still running outside and the plumbing was outside, you looked up and there was CATV in cables running along the outside of these houses. So from China to the United States to Larchmont Mamaroneck, cable and video connections bringing people together is the way of the future. Because if I could sit in my hotel in Xi'an on the outskirts of Mongolia and watch CNN News and know that Bob Dole was going to consider stepping down as majority leader in the Senate, then the world is being brought together in a very unique way by television. And so we're going to hang on and we're going to get that contract from TCI, and we're going to not only hold the line, which is what we've been doing, but go back to being and continue being one of the strongest local community access stations in the country, because we have been nationally recognized. So from the bottom of my heart, I applaud LMC and thank you for what you do.
First of all, let me say congratulations to all the people that are about to receive the awards. And let me say thank you to all the people, the volunteers, Joe Windish, who made this evening possible. I don't only speak this evening as a village official. I am on the Cable TV Board of Control with Ken Biella and Paul Ryan. And we're looking to secure a contract so that we can go back to the way it's been over the past 12 years, and that is, if you think that this past year has been something, if you could only realize what our people, LMC-TV employees, Joe Windish, have been putting up with this past year with equipment and the breakdown of equipment. And as I said before, I'm a little closer to that happening, to what's happening with LMC-TV. And all I can say is hold on. And as Cheryl said, we're trying to reach an agreement. I mean, if there are any officials with the cable company watching what's going on this evening, there's no reason that we can't come together and reach an agreement that's satisfactory to everyone. So again, Joe, all you people that put this on for LMC-TV, thank you for bearing with us, and we hope in the near future you'll get the equipment and you'll really see LMC-TV take off in this community. Thank you.
To what we have produced with so little and what we have done so well. Roger Norum will be introducing all of the recipients of the awards. Please, as Roger introduces you, please come up. We would like to shake your hand and acknowledge the accolades from all of the community that is here tonight. Thank you. Roger?
Bruce McNichols. LMC-TV Stay-at-Home Party. Producer Bonnie Tisch, Lori Lynn Blatt, and Sonny Goldberg. Mamaroneck Talent Show. Producer Mamaroneck Council for the Arts, Eileen Deutsch. Skunk Cabbage Show. Producer Mark Fiore. A New Generation of Dance. Producer Dance and Education Fund, Martha McCarthy Falk. Dance Glorious Dance. Producer Dance and Education Fund, Martha McCarthy Falk. Portraits in Perspective, producer Mary Hargrave. Fat Joints, producer Leo Campo. Dreadnought Concert Series, producer Jeff Montanero. The Three Nuts, producer Paul Fiorino. The Final Assault, producer Bill Frazier. Village of Mamaroneck Centennial Celebrations, series, 8 programs, producer Gloria Posha Pritz. Mamaroneck Village Centennial Day, producer Gloria Posha Pritz and Debbie Slansky. Time and Again series, producer Mamaroneck Historical Society, President Donald March. Women's History Month, producer Lynn Crowley. Jeanette's Best Breads, producer Jeanette Bogart. LMC News, producer Jeff Montanero. A Town and a Village Too, producer Alice Bloom. Advent Festival at Larchmont Avenue Church, producer Alexandra LeClaire. Sound Health, producer Paul Soroka. Mamaroneck Avenue School International Fair, producer Michael Murphy. A Century of Health, producer Dr. J. Goldklang. STTEP series, producer Charlie Guerreri. Sound Advice, producer Michael Murphy. MHS Info Day 1, producer Robert Spier and Samantha Garland. The programs represented in the festival are just a sample of the hundreds of programs produced by community volunteers each year and seen here at LMC-TV channels 14, 15, and 16. Our goal is to have a camera at every community meeting, event, concert, or local happening so that you and your neighbors can become more informed and aware of all that's happening here in Larchmont and Mamaroneck. So let's give a big round of applause to all of the people who make LMC-TV your community connection.
This has all been done even though LMC has been without a contract for 3 years now, and which means no money. And these wonderful programs have been produced even in spite of all of that. I believe Joe Windish is going to be giving out the awards.
Right, Elaine, would all of the producers who submitted programs to our festival please come up to the stage and receive your ribbons?
Let's give.
Anybody see Henry Sarasoli? Hank Sarasoli, where are you? Well, he's not in the tree. Debbie Slansky, you see Hank Sarasoli? No. Anybody out there see Hank? Let me see. Spotlight. like? Can you find him for us? There he is. Hi, Hank. Surprise! A whole bunch of us want to thank you for all the work and the many years that you've put into LMC-TV. So sit back, don't get hysterical. You're going to be on camera for a while. Debbie Slansky and I put together a tape with people thanking you and showing everybody out there in TV land all the things that you've done for LMC-TV. By the way, Henry, how many years have you actually put into this? Nobody seems to know. Maybe it's longer than I'm alive. Well, anyway, sit back, enjoy watching yourself on TV, and thank you from all of us at LMC-TV.
Yeah, I'm on the board of directors at LMC-TV.
That's right. And how did you get involved in LMC-TV originally?
I was taping some football games down at the harbor, and the people asked if we could put it on television, and I didn't know we had a television in the area, so then I found out we had television over here, and I brought it over to the high school, and I brought it in, and they put it on. And I've been taping the football games ever since.
It's kicked to Mike so he turns right.
Take it hard! Yeah, all right!
Hi, Hank. As president of the first board of LMC-TV, I wanted to thank you for your contribution to our first board as you came in the first couple of years of the beginning of LMC. And you came in representing Rhinebeck School District, for which we needed a representative. And you served them very well in their interests. And you also served very well as an equipment expert, because we needed to know what kind of equipment would be best to be used by an access user. And you were excellent in serving on the equipment committee for many years. Really appreciate that and all the work you did. And we loved having you on the board. You're a vocal person. We always knew what you thought, and we couldn't have done without you. And I want to thank you as a member of the original board of LMC-TV.
You gonna hang up on him?
Yeah. You're hanging up on me?
Yeah. Go find another TV station to bother. Next.
Standing here, and I'm going to go over. Watch it.
Get that camera off me! No pictures! Get it off me!
Anyway. Okay, now they've been decorating this. What have you guys been doing?
There he is. See that man? Oh, my God. Don't ever get in a political argument with Hank Cerasoli. Oh, my God.
Okay, Hank. They said I could talk about you. I have a few seconds to do so, and now's my chance. There never were two more different people. We disagreed on everything from choice to politics to wage hikes to percentages of increases. However, it was enlightening and wonderful, and as a president, I never asked you to do anything that you didn't do for me. You are a wonderful historian. Your minutes were terrific. You are our memory here at LMC. We in Larchmont Mamaroneck were wonderfully, wonderfully privileged to have somebody like you to serve on our board. The one thing we never disagreed upon was our love and devotion for Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television. I say to you, good luck, and I'm glad they did this for you. You were a wonderful board member, and we were lucky to have you.
I want to thank Hank Cerasoli, who, when we did the parade in Larchmont and needed a float, and I wanted a big camcorder, he constructed it in his driveway in his carport, and Mike Kachi and I painted it for a week. And then when I decided on the stage we would like to have a video wall, he constructed that as well.
Well, Hank, I must say it has really been a trip serving with you on the LMC board. If it has been said that you have often been the opposition, I want to say that at least you have been the loyal opposition, because I know, we all know, that you have always had the best interests of LMC-TV at heart. As president, I admit I have had to serve as referee a few times, but that's okay. The only question I have now is who's going to provide the fireworks at our board meetings? They might get awfully dull if you don't still come around once in a while to see us. I hope you do, Hank.
Hank, over the years we have gone through quite a bit, and I like to think of what's going on right now as LMC-TV is not losing a board member, it's gaining or regaining a producer, because I do remember when I first got here and Pee Wee football was on and you were doing it, and it was one of the shows that were going. And then through the years, we've built many a set, the float for the parade, and all of our creative talks, working on the negotiating committee, all of the plans for LMC-TV. It's been really helpful to me to have you here and have you to bounce things off of. And I hope that I'm not losing that. I hope that that's still around. And I also hope that you will be able to get back into the fun of community television, making shows and seeing the stuff that you do on TV. So thank you for all that you've done for me personally, and thank you for all that you've done for LMC-TV. The community has truly benefited from having you on our board, and I remember all those good times and some of those other times, and look forward to more to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hank Sarasoli. Come on, Hank.
Thank you.
My best friend at LMC-TV.
Thank you. Oh, well, I'm going to play a song, too. And sing a song. It really has been great. I can't believe it's almost 10 years, I guess, since I first came onto the board.
Why is it that everybody seems to fight with you?
I don't know. Thank you very much. It's been a great trip. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Music School of Westchester, jazz pianist, Mr. Robert Silverman. Here to present the award for Outstanding Volunteer, LMC-TV Palmer Studio Coordinator, Dan Albert.
Thank you. 2 years ago, when I began working here, as an outsider from the Bronx, I had no idea what LMC-TV was about. As a recent graduate with a degree in broadcasting, I was just happy to be working at a real TV station. So it's not NBC, I thought. At least it's TV. Well, since that time, I've learned that the T and the V are not the most important letters in the name of this organization. It's the first 3 letters that hold all the meaning. I now see that LMC-TV is about community members coming together for the good of the whole community. Every person who volunteers at LMC-TV directly affects other members of the community. That being the case, I have the opportunity to present to you someone who has affected many lives in the Larchmont-Mamaroneck community. Whether you're one of the many producers who count on him to direct or crew your show on a regular basis, or you're involved with the MHS football program whose games he tapes, home and away I might add, or you're a viewer of the shows he's produced about safe transportation and school bus safety, you have no doubt been affected by this man's generosity and kindness. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome someone who has been involved with more things at LMC-TV in this past year than I have time to list, the Outstanding Volunteer of the Year, Charlie Guerreri. Speak, I also want to let him know that although Nita Lowy couldn't be here tonight, she did send a representative who's in the audience tonight and sent this certificate of appreciation made out to you. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Thank you.
It's all yours.
Thank you. Can't see anybody out there. I'm sure. This is a great honor. It really is. And I'm kind of nervous up here. Be honest with you. I think I'm more comfortable behind the camera than in front of it. Anyway, believe me, very nervous. I'm not normally at a loss for words, but this has me almost speechless. Almost, I said. For the few years I've been affiliated with LMC-TV, a lot of people have helped me. And I think it'll take about 2 hours to name all of them. Only joking, really. But just a few come to mind, really. The first person that got me started with LMC-TV, I don't know if she's here tonight or not, is Sandy Aitchison. When I started my STEP program, she was the one. I needed the exposure, and she was here at LMC-TV. That's kind of nice. Dan, you did it to me. You really did. Anyway, Sandy was a big help to me. She introduced me to the right people. She got me involved, and I've been here ever since. Thank you, Sandy. Another name that comes to mind that I'd like to thank this person is Joe Windish. Why his name comes to mind, I don't know, but it comes to mind. Joe's been a big help. He's taught me a lot. He's guided me, and he's done a lot for me, okay? Advice and constructive criticism, and I really appreciate it. Joe, thank you very much. You've been a big help, believe me. Another name that comes to mind is Debbie Slansky. Yeah. She's over there. She's directing the show tonight. Yeah, I love you too, babe. When I asked her if she needed help tonight, she said no. I don't know why, but she didn't want me to work with her. Debbie's been very supportive. She's been very guiding. She guided me right out the door one night, I tell you. The first time I worked with Debbie, I disliked her immensely. And I really said, I'll never work with her again. Evidently, I forgot what I said because I worked with her again, and again, and again, and again, right? done a lot of work with Debbie, and she's really good. And lo and behold, it worked out well. Thank you, Debbie. You're really good. Then this guy here, Dan Albert, he's another one. He's a piece of work, but a good one, you know. Every time I'm in the studio, I think Dan hides because he knows I'm going to call for help. And every time I call for help, Dan is right there. He's done massive editing for me. He's taught me things. And I think the reason he teaches me is he doesn't want me to bother him. And he helps me on the Chiron. And Lord knows the Chiron needs help, but all of you know that. But Dan, I keep yelling, Dan, I need help, and Dan is right there. Dan, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to work with you. It really is. And the other person I really have to thank, and she's been good. She really has. Is my wife, Kathy. She's sitting over there, I think. She's put up with a lot. She's put up with phone calls from this one, phone calls from that one, phone calls from Debbie, phone calls from Dan, phone calls from Marco, you know. And Dan is always yelling for help. I think he yells for help as much as I do, you know. But anyway, I can just recall that last winter with all this cold weather and snow and everything, my wife Kathy and I would be sitting on the couch and we'd be snuggling and cuddling, and I'd whisper in her ear and she'd look at me with those beautiful eyes and she'd say those magic words, "Sure, honey, you can go to the studio tonight." Thanks, babe, I love you. Well, that's about it, folks. Thank you very much. Somebody? They're going to go? Can I introduce? Yeah. Someone go for it. Okay. Anyway, I'm back. All of a sudden, I'm not at a loss for words. Okay. I would like to introduce this next act over here. I have the pleasure, or regret, one or the other, of directing their show. It's a show I'm sure a lot of you have seen. It's a show called It'll Get Better, with my friends Bruce, Henry, and Don. Go for it, guys.
From the 7th Annual LMC-TV Award Show here at the Emlyn Theater in downtown Mamaroneck, it's It'll Get Better with Bruce Nichols, Henry Newberger, and me, your off-stage but oft-called-upon announcer, Don Lewis. Tonight we have tons of guests. I think everybody that's ever had anything to do with LMC-TV is going to be here tonight. And now, without further ado, I present Mr. Henry Newberger on the keyboard and various other instruments, and Mr. Bruce McNichols. Everybody is encouraged to sing along. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles.
All right, let's get some hands clapping out there and see if you know this one. That's it. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. Everybody! One leaf's for sunshine, the second is rain, and the third is the roses that grow in the lane. There's no need explaining the one remaining. It's somebody I adore. Well, I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before.
Do you know this one? California, here I come, right back where I started from, where bowers of showers bloom in the spring. Each morning at dawn and birdies singing everything a sun-kissed. Don't be late, that's why I can hardly wait. Open up the Golden Gate, California, here I come.
5'2", eyes blue. How fast are we going? Anybody seen my gal? Well, now turn down nose, turn down hose, flapper, yes, she's one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Now if you run into a 5'2", all covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, you bet your life that it isn't her. Well, now could she love, could she coo, or could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal?
Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean baby. Yes, sir, that's my baby.
I don't hear you. Come on. Everybody.
Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am,
You,
we
Charlie.
can't hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. Yeah.
And by the way,
And by the way,
and by the way,
oh, by the way,
when we meet the preacher, we'll say, what will we say, Brother
we'll
Bruce?
say, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir, that's my baby now.
Bruce, why don't we give away one of our swell trivia prizes like we do on the show?
I was hoping you'd say that. Those of you who have seen the show know that we give away some, what kind of awards are they? Wonderful.
Swell trivia prizes.
Swell prizes.
Now,
right.
in order to win, all you have to do is yell out. It's the first
Do
person
I have
we
a prize we can give? Oh, I'm sorry. I just
not
won that award.
Okay. This is a name that song. Just yell it out. First person we hear wins the swell prize. Here it is.
Henry, I told you nobody knows this song.
I'll give you a hint. The Whistler and his dog.
That's a good hint. Now, the one that they'll know.
All right.
Henry doesn't understand the idea of the trivia quiz is to get rid of the prizes, not to keep them. Come on.
This is an old TV show. Name this TV show from way back. Win the swell prize. You folks watch TV. Wait, I heard it over here. Who said it? This young lady in red, the lady in red, Paladin.
Paladin, come on up. You win a prize. I had no idea what was going on. Where's our winner? Come on up here. And ma'am, you have won a prize that everyone will be so jealous. You've won a mustache. How about a hand for our winner? It's you. It's you.
Bruce, I couldn't help noticing that my side of the audience was singing louder than your side.
Oh, no, my side sings much more loudly than yours.
All right, my side, I guess we're going to have to prove it. It's very easy. The words are bye-bye, blackbird, BBB, or blah, blah, blah. Ready? Here we go, my side. Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing. Now! Listen to that.
I think your side is bigger than mine.
Where somebody... All right, my side, you rest. Sugar sweet.
Now, my side starts in the middle. Everybody, bye, bye, bye. He's counting all of you as his side.
No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all had. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye.
All right, here's another one, but everybody can sing. Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along. Sing, everybody! They know it. Don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel along. Sharing our load. Everybody side by side. Well, through all kinds of weather. What if the sky should fall? But as long as we're together, doesn't matter at all. When they've all had their troubles and parted, we'll be the same as we started. We'll just travel along, singing a song, side by side.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement which will leave you shocked and appalled. Brother Bruce on the banjo should not be here tonight. I've just been informed tonight is his 18th wedding anniversary. And instead of taking his wife out to eat, he's playing the banjo. Let me tell you what happened to my partner 18 years ago this very night. He got married on a Saturday night. His bride undressed in the pale moonlight. She took off her clothes and her hair. She put him down on the chair, side by side. She unscrewed her glass eye. He looked at her and said, my, oh my. She took off her teeth and her chest and put him down with the rest, side by side. Through all kinds of contortions, this little miss went through. Her arm came off. a leg came off. She nearly split into two. She looked at Bruce and said, let's go to bed. He looked at her and said, you've got rocks in your head. He said, I'll sleep on the chair. There's more of you there. Side by side.
I'd like to say at this moment that thanks to all of the people that have been watching us for 4.5 years, we have just signed a long-term recording contract with Capitol Records.
Really?
Now, and a multi-million-dollar contract at that. Now, if we could only get Capitol Records to sign, we'd be doing something.
Debbie, I'm going to ask our beloved director if we could have some house lights, because we have to ask the audience a question. How many people are seeing Bruce, Don, and myself tonight for the very first time? Oh, that's nice. How many people have seen us tonight for the very last time?
You could have thought about it. I want to say something, though, because they're kidding about all this stuff, but we do have some records. Henry has some of his own recordings released, and my band, the Smith Street Society Jazz Band, has some records. And we're kind of proud because well, it was a few months ago, actually, but you probably know these rock bands. What is he doing back here?
Smith Street Society?
Oh, yeah, right, that's true. These rock bands, when they sell a lot of records, sometimes their records go gold and they go platinum. You've all heard of that. Well, our record, we just found this out a couple of months ago, our record just went linoleum. We're very pleased about that.
Now, if you think some of these songs are dumb, I have here the dumbest song ever written. You couldn't possibly know it, but if by some miracle you do, please join in.
All right. Let's see what this is going to be.
Down in the meadow in the itty-bitty pool swam three little fishies and the mama fishy too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can, and they know it. Boop, boop, did-em, da-dum, wa-dum, choo. Boop, boop, did-em, da-dum, wa-dum, choo. Boop, boop, did-em, da-dum, wa-dum, choo. And they swam all over the dam.
Well, Henry thinks that's a pretty wild song, but some of you might remember that back in around that same era, there was another song that made just about the same amount of sense. It went like this, and if you know it, sing along. Oh, mares, he dotes and dozy dotes, and little lambs, he'd ivy, tiddly-divey too, wouldn't you?
Have a banana.
Mares, he dotes and dozy dotes, and little lambs, he'd ivy, tiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? Now, if the words sound queer, funny to your ear, a little bit jumbled and jivey, you just say mares eat oats and does eat oats, little lambs eat ivy. Oh, mares eat oats and does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy, tiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? Said a tiddly-divey too, wouldn't you?
Yes!
All the latest hits!
We tape our shows almost regularly on Tuesdays between 5 and 7, and we welcome anyone to please come and be in our studio audience just down the block a ways at Mamaroneck High School, Tuesdays between 5 and 7 p.m.
And I want to just jump in for 1 second, and I want to give a special thanks to an award-winning fellow. I think he's standing over there. I can't tell because the lights are down. Charlie Guerreri has been our director for such a long time, and I want to personally applaud Charlie.
We love you, Charlie.
There he is, folks. He'll be collecting donations as you leave. And looking around in the audience, I also see Frank DeVincent sitting out there, another award winner who has been with our show since almost the beginning.
Mr. Camera One.
And
Mr.
sitting
Camera
next to
One.
Frank is Bruce's parole officer.
No,
Mr.
no, don't tell him that, no. And Joe Jablinowski, who has directed our show, and Debbie Slansky. There's a lot of our friends here, and I may have missed some of you because I can't even see that well. Even when the lights are bright, I can't see that well. Henry, we have time to give away just 2 more trivia quiz awards because I want to get rid of these things, quite frankly.
All right. Quick trivia prize. Name this mystery person. I heard it over here. Who said Bing Crosby?
We have a winner.
Yes.
Let's have a hand for our winner. Come on and get your prize, sir. You have won this guaranteed authentic simulated $2 bill, and you can tell how good it is because if you look at it, you'll see there's a picture of President Michael Dukakis on this bill. How about a hand for our winner? Henry, one more, quickly. I want to make sure we get rid of this, that we award this next prize.
Okay, this is a product that's been sold on TV since 1953. Same product. By the way, congratulations,
Yes.
sir. Okay.
I know he'll be very proud. And by the way, these trivia prizes are very carefully selected so that those of you who don't win anything, well, you don't feel so bad. Who wants these lousy prizes anyway? Oh, sorry.
Name the product since 1953. Same jingle, same product.
Go ahead. Who said that? Was it the cameraman right here?
The cameraman.
I think it was.
The cameraman said Slinky.
He's eligible. Come on up. Sir, you have won. Everyone's eligible in our game.
Somebody take this one.
And you have won a ticket. We don't know what it's for. It's just a ticket.
Wait. Oh, Mr. Cameraman, wouldn't that work better if the lens cap were off?
No. He's seen our show, Henry. He's seen the show. We'll do a short song here, and then we got to get at it. There's a lot of other stuff going. This one is called Shine On Harvest Moon. You got to sing. Shine on harvest moon. Up in the sky. I ain't had no loving since.
It's the little voices of the Glee Club.
Well, no, Henry, you don't know this town. It's the gleeful voices of the Lush Club. Shine on harvest moon.
The bells are ringing.
Everybody! That's good. That's a nice.
The birds are singing.
For me and my gal.
Everybody is knowing when they're going. And for weeks they've been sowing. And now the same song is done by White Fang. Either remember Soupy or you don't remember Soupy.
If you're over 40, try that one.
Singing for me and my girl. And someday we're gonna build a little home for 2 or 3 or 4 or more in Loveland.
For me and my gal. For me and my
Thank you very much for being with us. This was a mini version of our normal 29-minute show, and please don't forget Tuesdays. Down the block in Mamaroneck High School between 5 and 7 p.m. Come on in, be a part of the studio audience, and have some fun. That's what we're all about. Thank you again.
Come and see us any Tuesday, folks, 5 to 7.
The preceding was unrehearsed.
It was also unnecessary.
Yeah, those guys doing, you're nearing show number 250, aren't you?
That's right, coming soon.
That's something. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the Mary Ann Sullivan Award, former LMC-TV Studio 2 coordinator, Marco Ricci.
Hello. I've been known to sing too, but only national anthems. Ooh, anyway. When I was in college, I used to take French classes because I figured that someday I would be accepting my award at Cannes. Regardless of that, at least now I get to practice my French, so I've created a little speech for all the francophones here. Okay. Bonsoir. Je n'ai aucune idée de ce que je suis en train de dire. Je n'ai jamais étudié le français, mais si tous les monde rigolaient, les Américains vont croire que j'ai dit quelque chose de drôle. For all you Americans who didn't understand it, I'm sure the French didn't either, so. Joe Wynn just said to, when I got up here to say something about what LMC-TV is all about, and I thought of some cliches like, it's not passive, it's active, it's not about me, it's about us, it's not only a product, but whatever, I'm throwing that out. Because what LMC-TV is all about for me is fun. I've been on other film shoots where people are always upset, always worried about they're going to get their shot. But I'll tell you what LMC-TV means to me is fun. And when the French Welcome Service came to me in the beginning of the year and they said that they had a new project, in addition to what they usually do, which was the school children teaching Americans how to speak French, I said it sounded like a great idea. And boy, was it a lot of fun. I'll tell you, we had 10 kids and 2 teachers. Well, one of them wasn't a teacher, I found out, and they came in every day, once a week, and they did a show. And at the beginning of the year, they didn't know how to do anything. And that's what the process is about. It's about learning. And by the end of the year, I'll tell you, I looked at their tapes. It was very, very much better. So I'd like to roll this clip and just look in here and look at all the fun we have. There's props, look at all the costumes, and I think this is a good example of what public access TV is all about.
Joyeux anniversaire. Oh non! Excusez-moi, mais j'aime souffler les bougies.
Un doux parfum qu'on respire, c'est fleurs bleues. Un regard qui vous attire, c'est fleurs bleues. Des mots difficiles à dire, c'est fleurs bleues. C'est fleurs bleues, c'est fleurs bleues. Un rendez-vous, un automne, c'est fleurs bleues. Une chanson qu'on fredonne, c'est fleurs bleues. Un jeune amour qui se donne, de grands yeux qui s'abandonnent, c'est fleurs bleues.
Tenez, c'est un paquet pour vous. Pour moi? Oui, pour vous. Tiens, un paquet de Chine. Oh, les beaux timbres. Tu aimes danser? Oui, j'aime danser. Tu aimes danser? Non, je n'aime pas danser.
Quelle heure est-il? Il est 12 heures, il est midi. Il est 24 heures, il est minuit.
Combien coûte le lait? Le lait coûte 3 francs le litre. Bien, alors donnez-moi du lait. Donnez-moi 1 litre de lait. Oh, j'ai beaucoup mangé. J'ai beaucoup bu. Oh, j'ai mal au ventre. J'ai mal à l'estomac. Oh, j'ai mal au cœur. Oh là là!
The Mary Ann Sullivan Award is given in honor of Mary Ann Sullivan, who is the founding president of LMC-TV. And I'd like to call up Bernadette Laham, excuse my pronunciation, and Madeleine Cosson-Flanagan, and the rest of the Club Tele to pick up their awards.
We are very astonished and we are very proud to be here tonight, especially with all our group for what we have done this year with a lot of pleasure. But what we want especially to say is a lot of thanks to LMC-TV and especially to Dan Albert, who was always there, as we have just heard before. He's always there when you want and is always so kind and so helpful for us. And we want to say thank you also to Ricci, who was really the gentleman who really helped us to make our production. We want also to thank Jeff Donnelly and any others, volunteer or non-volunteer. We want also to thank the French Welcome Service and all the team of the TV who made also our production possible.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, merci, merci beaucoup. I will continue in English. Thanks a lot to everyone, and we want to thank also the children of the French American School. They have been willing to give some French teaching to the children of their age in this wonderful community, and they have been working hard. Also, as the title of the production, La Fête en Français, and as Marco said, it was always a very nice party, a very nice working party every Thursday afternoon with them. Thanks a lot to the children, thanks a lot to Marco, who has learned some French more than he says. And thanks a lot to the parents who are here and who have been supporting, encouraging us during those months. Thanks a lot again. Thanks. Au revoir.
I'm sorry, I forgot one more thing. Although our Congresswoman Nita Lowey couldn't be here, she sent a representative with the certificate, and I'd like to present that to you.
Going into their third summer together are 4 jazz rock musicians from Mamaroneck High School. They've played at events all around the community, including the Flint Park Summer Concert Series. Their first release, called The Red Tape, is about to be released. And a pre-release copy of that tape was part of tonight's silent auction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Metro Fire Department. Here to present the People's Choice for Best of Festival is former LMC-TV Board President and now Chair of our Emeritus Board, Sonny Goldberg.
Hello. I was just back checking on our silent auction. I just want to take 2 seconds to tell you, Lynn, and you, Joe, how much I appreciate and the community appreciates your holding your finger in the dike here and keeping LMC-TV going and afloat. We are a fabulous community, as evidenced here tonight. That French show, Hank, Debbie, Dan, our Ruel, all the volunteers, everybody has been so unbelievable. And Mamaroneck Larchmont deserves better. We deserve to have a finished, completed contract with TCI. And I certainly hope they're listening, and I certainly hope they're seeing what we've done, because without anything, we have pulled this off again one more time, and I must congratulate you all. It's a phenomenal effort. The board, certainly Lynn, Joe, and Dan, and everybody who's been out there helping. It has been an unbelievably difficult year, and my hat's off to all of you for pulling this off and for doing what you've done, and especially LMC-TV Online, which is up and going, so I'm sure you guys are all connected in all kinds of ways. And it's just because of LMC-TV, and I'm very, very proud to be here and to be able to give out, to announce this award tonight. If you don't know, there was a festival going on all last week, and all of the shows were played, and you were, as the community, you were allowed to call in and choose which show was your favorite. And we got over 100 calls, and many times the lines were busy and people had to call again. And it was great, because it just shows once again how many people are watching. And we thank you very much. And without further ado, I would like to announce that the winner of the People's Choice Award is Mamaroneck Centennial Programming Gloria Pritz. Historian Gloria here.
This is just beautiful. You realize the award is a TV camera. Isn't that fabulous? That's wonderful. But these centennial celebrations, including the Centennial Day, the fabulous Centennial Day, where we had over 12,000 people down Harbor Island with parades, with food festivals, with the Emlyn Street Fair. Just, it was so successful. But the entire Village of Mamaroneck Centennial celebration was just fabulous. It was really produced by countless number of people in the community who were interested in celebrating our beautiful community. It took us 2.5 years of planning to have 12 programs during the whole centennial year. And of course, when we realized that we really want to have it televised so that we have a record, for one thing, we have a video record of it, and we also want to share it with the community on our fabulous cable system, our LMC-TV. I requested that we have Debbie Slansky do all the videotape, and it really wasn't for any other reason but that I then didn't have to worry about it. That I knew that if there was someone else to worry about videotaping all of these programs, that was their concern and not mine. I had enough things to put together for that entire year of celebration. And so sure enough, Debbie Slansky did the job just beautifully, just fabulous. I would say to Debbie, Debbie, this is what's going on, this particular event, this particular day, and we need, you know, make sure you have this and make sure you have that. And she said, but I'm one person. Well, it turns out, of course, she wasn't only one person. She had two beautiful daughters, Vicky and Kelly, who helped her innumerable times. She had a wonderful cooperative husband, Rick, who's there doing TD tonight. and she had a most faithful friend, Eileen Deutsch, to do interviews and all. So what we do have with that beautiful, tremendous work of hers is a record of the celebration for the centennial of the village of Mamaroneck. And what I want to do is thank LMC-TV for giving us so much support, for playing our programs, and wherever we needed something special, they were there to help us. And then I want to thank the community for calling in and saying they did like our programs. Yes, they wish us to win the award, and sure enough, we did. This gorgeous video camera. Thank you so very, very much.
Before we say goodnight, we have a few final words from Sonny Goldberg and LMC-TV Executive Director Joe Windisch.
Sonny. Sonny.
I mean, it's surprising that we've gone this long without that mistake having been made yet tonight. Well, Joe, it's time to wrap it up.
Yes.
I want to throw out a few quick thanks, and I'll give you a turn, and I'll take another turn probably. I want to first make a quick thank you very much for the organizers of our silent auction tonight. Claudia Aller, who was the branch manager at Fleet Bank in Larchmont, formerly NatWest. And she has just been fabulous, and she recruited her staff to help us out, too. And they have just done a wonderful job. So I really want to give a good thanks to Claudia and the people at Fleet Bank. I want to thank our board. I want to thank Sonny, and I want to give a special thanks to the Gaslight Grill and Terrace, who provided us with wonderful food tonight. I hope you all had a good chance to enjoy the hors d'oeuvres, and after this is wrapped up, we'll be going out and having some dessert too, so I hope you'll enjoy that. Joe?
I need to say thank you to the staff and the volunteers and Ruel Thorney, who made tonight happen. I must say we've been talking about how rough this year has been, and it has been rough, but it's quite a community that put this together tonight, and I'm really proud to be here and to work here and look forward to the next year. And so thank them all.
Yes, and I want to take this opportunity also to make a special thanks to the people on the negotiating committee, and that committee is the people who've been negotiating with the cable company for this contract that you've been hearing so much about. Specifically, I want to mention Marianne Sullivan and Frank Light. They have done a hard work for many, many years, and we hope that something will come to fruition very soon. Thank you again to the negotiating team. And one last thanks to Joe Windisch. We have become very close this year. We talk every single day, and I don't know what my husband thinks of that, but anyway, he has been fabulous, and I'd like to have a hand for him because he's really stuck with it and done a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you. So join us outside, please. Have some nice dessert, and those of you who have won the prizes, give us the high bidders. Please collect your items, and thanks for coming this year.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for being with us for the 7th Annual LMC-TV Awards Presentation Program. If you would like to become a part of the LMC-TV community television family, please stop by or call either of the 2 LMC-TV production facilities. The LMC-TV Palmer Studio is in the Palmer Avenue unit of Mamaroneck High School and is open Monday through Friday from 3 until 10 o'clock at night. Give us a call at 698-6808. And LMC-TV Studio 2 is located in the Mamaroneck Library, just off the Emlyn Theater lobby. The phone number for Studio 2, 381-0131. You can visit our website at www.lmc.org. And you can email us at tv@lmc.org. And let's see, what else do we have? Remember, LMC-TV, we're your community connection. It's been a great fun evening. Thank you for being with us, and I'm Roger Norum.